Break the board sports. It's your boy RJ Cash. Click that like, hit subscribe. Here we are, Hump Day Wednesday. College hoops here. Going to go over a couple games, get into them here. First one on the board that I want to touch on. Before we get into that, breaktheboardsports.com, promo code NFL50, get you half off. We're not at minimum 5 units up. Get the following month for free. Notre Dame at 22nd ranked North Carolina. Now, North Carolina, this opened up 10.5. We ballooned all the way up to 12.5 now. 148.5 is the total, 62% ticket count, 59% of the handle is going the way of the over, 38% of ticket count, 41% of the handle to the under on this one. Now, as far as the side, North Carolina, 69% of the ticket count, 87% of the money going to the Tar Heels here in Chapel Hill at home. 31% ticket count, 13% of the handle going to the Fighting Irish to Notre Dame. Notre Dame comes into this game 10-8 straight up. The Heels 14-4 straight up on the year. Again, this one's gotten all the way up to 12.5. Now, on the road, Notre Dame rather, scores 7 points less per game than their overall. Notre Dame on the road, offensively, just averaging 66.1 points per game, as to where North Carolina, 85.7 points per game. Notre Dame giving up 68.8 points per game. North Carolina giving up 64. So just huge edges there for North Carolina. Now, Notre Dame, 1-5 over their last 6 straight up, 2-4 ATS in that same time frame. North Carolina has beaten the Irish 5 straight games, but the Irish have did well as far as ATS on the road. 5-1 ATS their last 6 on the road. We just mentioned North Carolina has beaten Notre Dame 5 straight. They've also beaten them 7 straight in Chapel Hill there at North Carolina. So North Carolina at home when playing Notre Dame, 7 straight wins. Month of January hasn't been good for Notre Dame. 3-13 over their last 16 games in the month of January. Now, North Carolina, 14-4 straight up their last 18. They're unblemished at home, 11-0. But they're just 1-4 ATS over their last 5 games. Now, the under between these two teams is cashed 4 of the last 5. North Carolina's also struggled when they're in the role of the favorite. North Carolina is just 2-4 ATS over their last 6. So not really a number you would expect to see out of them. Look, this is a big, big line. I mean, North Carolina's going to win the game. It would take a Herculean effort for Notre Dame to pull this off. I will say, if I'm looking at it, I would either lay, I would have to get below 12 if I was going to lay it. I would have to get below 12. But I do think there's some things you can do. I gave this out in my hockey show. Check that out again. We put out 6 pieces of content, betting content a day, just in shows. Then we put another 3 to 4 shorts. But Mercer on the money line, North Carolina money line, Arizona money line with the Colorado Avalanche in hockey. It was down to minus 119. It's up to minus 122 now. That's probably the way I would get to the window on this game, to be quite honest with you. Now, Notre Dame, again, they've lost 5 of their last 6, lost 4 in a row. North Carolina coming back from the West Coast trip at Stanford and at Cal. I think they get right here. I think they put it on Notre Dame pretty good. Again, I'm not going to lay 12, but if I was going to bet the game, that's absolutely the way I would go. Texas going to Kentucky. Now, Kentucky, 7 to a 7.5 point favorite, depending on where you shop. The money's 50-50. Ticket count a little skewed. 66% of the money, apologies. 83% of money on Texas off 64% of tickets. 36% of tickets with 17% of the money on Kentucky. Apologies there. Got that messed up. So 83% of money Texas, 17% of money Kentucky. 154.5 is our total. 71% of ticket count. 82% of the handle going over, 29% of ticket count, 18% of the handle here going to the under in this game. When you dive into a little bit of the stats, Texas 11-7, Kentucky 12-6. Now we had Texas getting the points against Vanderbilt, a game they were able to win, but now Texas is on the road. On the road, they average 71.5 points per game, as to where Kentucky averages 84 points a game. Texas giving up 79.8 points per game on the road. Kentucky defensively very good at home under Mark Pope. 66.1 points per game. Now, Texas 4-1 ATS their last 5 when they're in the role of the underdog, which they find themselves today. But they're 2-4 ATS their last 6 overall. Texas has very much been an over team. 9 of the last 13 have went to the over. 7 of their last 8 on the road have went to the over. And when they play SEC opponents, 15 of the last 18 have went to the over. Now, Kentucky, they're just like Texas, 2-4 ATS their last 6, so they mirror each other there. But again, Rupp, a very difficult place to play. Kentucky is 10-2 straight up their last 12 at home, 7-2 their last 9 at home. Listen, I don't want to lay 7 here. I was trying to make a case for Texas, but one of the things I'm not a big fan of in college basketball, because I really believe in the home court advantage, is I don't like betting road teams. If I was going to do something here with Kentucky, I would have to do something in some kind of money line parlay. I think that's the best way to attack this. Now, if you wanted to take Mercer out, Mercer, one of the best covering teams in college basketball. Let's say you're not a hockey fan, take the Colorado Avalanche out. You could have Mercer, North Carolina, Arizona, Kentucky, 14 money line parlay, Massadar 24. I like Kentucky to win this game ultimately. I just don't want to lay that big of a number at home. If Kentucky was like a 4-point favorite, 3.5-point favorite, that would entice me. A line this big is just not going to do it for me. Arizona laying 13.5 at home, unblemished. Cincinnati rolls into town. 153.5 is the total. 57% of tickets and money on the over. 43% of tickets, 47% of the money to the under. Now, as far as the side, Arizona, as you can imagine, getting overwhelming support. 79% ticket count, 77% of the handle going to Arizona. 21% of ticket count, 23% of the money is taking the 13.5 with Cincinnati. Now, the Bearcats, 10-8 straight up. Arizona, 18-0, ranked number 1 in the country. This is a really good team, guys. It's Final Four team for sure. 67.2 points per game is what Cincinnati is averaging. Arizona dwarfs them. When Arizona is at home, they average 94 points per game. Cincinnati giving up 73.2 on the road. Arizona 67.7 points per game. Cincinnati is 6-2 ATS their last 8, but they've lost 7 straight on the road. Cincinnati's played to the under 8 of their last 9. Now, in the month of January, Arizona a perfect 8-0, 10-0 their last 10. And here's the thing: a lot of times when you see these big favorites, and they're obviously 10-0 straight up, 12-0 straight up, you look at that and you say, well, they're not covering. But Arizona is actually 10-5 ATS against the number. Their last 15, they've been extremely impressive and really dominant, to be quite honest with you. Listen, I'm not a guy that likes to lay big numbers, and I'm definitely not a teaser guy in college basketball by no stretch of the imagination. But when I look at this game, I like North Carolina and Arizona both to get right. I don't think there's any debate about that. So I got to playing around with it, and I just want to pull it back up here because I kind of copy pasted it to my notes here for you. So I want to make sure I get the right number. So if you take Arizona and North Carolina, you got to lay $1.28, right? So just work with me here. You got to lay $1.28, but a 5-point teaser. And again, I don't play these often, but I think there's spots for everything in life. North Carolina -6.5, Arizona -8.5. I just feel like both of these two. I mean, I just can't see how Cincinnati stays with Arizona. And from a North Carolina standpoint, coming back from the West Coast, losing back-to-back games out there, I think they get right and hammer Notre Dame. So a 2-team 5-point teaser -128, North Carolina -6.5, Arizona -8.5. RJ Cash, Break the Board Sports, giving you stats, trends, information to help you with your handicap, whether you fade or follow. Hope you guys win your bets. God bless and happy handicapping.